Story Ko do Kua Lindorm. Lindorm's Bride Tale. Lindorm or Lindworm is a type of dragon in European legends. They have a snake-like body, do not have wings like regular dragons, but have 2 forelimbs and claws. There is a Swedish folk tale about this Lindorm as follows. In a certain kingdom, the king and queen had been married for many years but still had no prince or princess. The two were so impatient that they went to a famous lady to ask for advice. The fortune-teller said that it is not difficult to have a child. As long as the queen returns to the palace and eats 2 onions, she will immediately become pregnant. Even twins. The queen was very happy when she heard that. She quickly returned and ordered her servants to get her 2 onions. The queen quickly ate the first tuber and found the taste terrible. Learning from experience, on the second onion, she slowly peeled off the outer layer, making it easier to eat. Sure enough, the queen soon became pregnant. When giving birth, the midwife was extremely frightened because the first child the queen gave birth to was a cub. A creature with green scales and a snake-like body but with 2 arms. A monstrous thing. The queen was scared, took the monster she had just given birth to, and threw it out the window. Fortunately, the second child was a healthy, normal prince. Time gradually passed, the prince grew up, became a handsome young man, and would soon succeed his father, but first, he had to find himself a lover. One day, the prince went into the forest hunting and was stopped by a one was huge, long like a snake, with 2 hands full of claws. A Lindorm. It spoke like a human and said that it was the prince's twin brother, abandoned by the queen when he was a baby. Now, according to the rules, if the prince wants to get married, he must first find a wife for Lindorm, otherwise. Don't even bother, hee. The prince had to take Lindorm to the palace and set up a festival to choose a wife for the dragon. But of course, no young woman would agree to marry a monster. And vice versa, Lindorm himself did not like either of her. Then in a neighboring kingdom, as is the tradition of all fairy tales, there was a queen who absolutely hated her husband's stepdaughter. She forced the princess to marry the dragon Lindorm. Of course, the girl was not stupid, so she refused and cried until she met a fortune-teller who said, "You will find true happiness when you meet a Lindorm." So she agreed to marry the dragon. On the wedding night, she did as the fortune-teller told her, telling the dragon, "Now we will play a game. For every robe she takes off, you also have to peel off a layer of scales." Thus, the princess's clothes gradually fell to the ground, mixing with the dragon scales. When she no longer had a piece of cloth to cover her body, he came closer and wrapped his tentacles around her body, oh yes, with his long body. Most of its scales had been peeled off, leaving only a thin layer of skin, enough for the princess to see a human body inside the dragon's body. Then a miracle happened, the dragon shed its last layer and the princess was surprised to realize that she was in the arms of a handsome man, more beautiful than any man in this world. That was the eldest child of the king and queen who escaped the curse when a girl volunteered to be his wife. The fortune-teller, who guided the princess, was also the one who gave her the trick to get pregnant. Queen of yesteryear. She came to the queen and explained. That year, the queen was in too much of a hurry to return home and didn't have time to listen to my instructions. When eating onions, remember to peel them, otherwise the baby will become a monster. Quote, Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.